Bro, I swear, ever since Nick drove this car. What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be picking up my dad's car. If you guys don't know my dad, you guys should, because he's the one that blessed me with this beautiful life. And he also has an E46 and an E93. They're both really, really clean. And I personally feel like the E46 is probably the cleanest E46 daily driver. It's stupid clean. Since we got the E46 donor car, I took the motor and the drivetrain. He took all the other parts, and then we just started selling the rest. So he has the E46 M3 mirrors, and we're going to be installing the headlights because they're Xenon, they're not halogen, which is on his car right now. So we're gonna be heading over to my house to go pick up his car so we can install them. And we are gonna have to be doing a little bit of coding. We're gonna be having my boy Jack come over. He's gonna be helping us out with that, you know, giving you guys some more insight on that, because we all love learning here. There it is. I love how it's OEM plus. Everything about it is just perfect. This is where my IS300 sits when I don't drive it. Gonna be working on this thing soon. Gotta finish setting up that boost controller. We're gonna be taking this E46 to the shop so we can install headlights, because everything on this car is immaculate, but these ugly ass hazy headlights. We're gonna be swapping over the Xenons. We have them fully cleaned up, new lenses. So Mochi, missed you. All right, I gotta go. Bringing me throwbacks to when I had my E46, huh? See that cinnamon interior? Wait till I show you guys when we're at the shop. Hey, take care of her, right? Behind me is my dad's E46. This is, in my opinion, probably the cleanest OEM plus setup for a non-M. It has all the nice interior bits, exterior bits, and the perfect wheels to complement the whole build. Now that it's in the shop, we can get some proper lighting to fully showcase how beautiful this E46 is.
Always liked it. I remember the first day he got it. I think we're working on my E36. We're doing something on the driveway.
We're all Beamer boys.
Yeah, and I remember he called you and he was like, hey, I found this.
This thing has been meticulously maintained since he bought it, and even before that. This car only has about like 70 to 80,000 miles. So it's really low mileage, especially for the year. I believe this is either an 02 or an 04. I'm not the biggest fan of convertibles, especially the ragtops, but we were able to source this hardtop for steel and locally. It's a crazy story. The guy who had it and was selling it, it was his buddies, and he was storing it for his friend. The guy moved away, and he pretty much told him, hey, just get rid of it for me, you know, and just shoot me the cash, let you keep a little bit of it. We ended up buying that hardtop for like a little over $1,000, I think. It was like super cheap. Right now, they're like 3 or 4 grand. We have a replica M3 bumper. These M3 mirrors are off the E46, our donor car. We have the hardtop, and we also have the LED taillights. Everything is very subtle and simple, but just flows with this car. The only thing that I want to get rid of is the stupid antenna. These Empire wheels are iconic and dipped in chrome. Just perfect. Let me show you guys how crazy this interior looks. So it is the original cinnamon interior, and it was all redone by my dad, which is just nuts, because even at work when we reupholstered parts, it's a pain in the ass and I absolutely hate it. But he was able to do this all on his own. Everything's been touched. This car is not a ZHP, right? It's not the facelift. Even with the cinnamon interior, we have the diamond cube trim that complements it, and this is off a ZHP. And then we have some custom stuff right here. My dad ended up reupholstering this piece that's originally black leather. He ended up putting some suede, so this is not factory. And this door panel has custom paint. This isn't actually the color, but he got it really close to try to match the seats. He even has a custom sub box. I don't know why he took the speaker out. I don't know what he's doing with it, but if you're looking to build something that's super OEM and feels like everything just belongs, this is it. This is the perfect recipe. And I won't be honest with you guys, this thing is way cleaner than when I had my E46. These gotta go, dude. It doesn't matter how clean a car is, when you have hazy headlights, ruins it. The only thing I don't agree with on this engine bay is the K&N filter. If you guys know E46s and just BMWs in general, their MAF sensors are really finicky. K&N's air filters are oily. A lot of that stuff gets picked up by the MAF sensor, starts clogging it, you know, and making the car act funny. So do not get a K&N filter for these cars. Full restoration on these bad boys. We're not gonna be removing the bumper all the way because we don't need to. So all we need to do is loosen the bolts underneath, on the top, and then the turn signal, and then it should pop out. Garbage. I think Jack's here. Nice whip. Oh, dude, you did the full interior swap already, huh?
Not full, but most of it's done.
ZHP? You just gotta do the headliner?
What? Yeah, I gotta do the headliner, the pillar.
Sweet, bro.
Pretty good. So much cleaner.
It's good, huh?
Yeah.
Hours.
Yeah.
Hours and hours of cleaning.
That looks so good.
You haven't seen it in person, huh?
I have, but like taken apart. I haven't seen it with the engine in it.
Still needs a long way to go. Powder coating.
It's so cute.
We just gotta get new parts. Like everything's gonna be cleaned up. Gotta do a lot of wiring.
Dude, the bay looks good. Good job on this.
Thank you, man.
Really
He's the bodywork expert.
I know.
It's a little bit.
Yeah, we're going wrinkle and flat black for everything. And then the engine bay is gonna be paint matched to the truck.
This is a really small bit. And then this is the ballast thing.
Yeah, one of them is remote mounted, like I told you, for the driver's side.
Yeah.
The other one's actually on the body, but it's underneath. Since we're not going to be doing any custom wiring right now, and the high beams most likely won't work, if the halogen side works for the high beams, that's fine.
Okay.
Because that's what you know a normal halogen light would be. But we're definitely going to have to wire that up later. But since it's already going to be coated, we don't have to worry about anything else. Just wiring it, and we're done.
Yeah.
We're going to have 2 extra connectors. We're going to have one for the height leveling, and then one for the shutter. And that's pretty much it. Plug everything back in. What a difference these lights made. Like, changed the whole look, dude. Dude, you gotta put the trim on for the bottom of the lights and figure out if the intake box is gonna fit this, because that's what we might have to trim. So we're just gonna button everything up for the front end, test the lights to show you guys, and then start getting into some coating. Crazy,
No ass has been in that seat.
Couple farts, just breaking it in. I get confused because on the forums, they say that the high beams won't work. What bi xenon means is that there's 2 like filaments inside that xenon, or whatever you want to call it. So there's like a shutter that turns off and on, and it closes and opens depending on whether you want to do low beam or high beam. We're just going to be bypassing that directly and using the high beam one, which is going to be turned on with the stock. But the other side's not going to work. Why are you so fascinated about this car, bro? Just OEM.
I thought it was like clapped on the inside.
What do you mean, bro? The install. We should make a video later on how to set up 2-step on an E46.
I'm connecting to the car right now. May or may not be the VIN. I don't even know if it matches, but it doesn't really matter because it connected. And this is the FA, which is like the vehicle order. And you see all these $ signs? So that's like what was optioned out.
The thing about BMWs in general is there's so many different options, packages you could get.
Yeah, there's so much. Like, it's like confusing.
The control unit's already built in to accept the xenon lights. It's just turned off, so you have to code it. When I first started working at BMW, learning how to program the cars and encode stuff, you can actually do a lot of factory retrofits. So you're gonna be putting 522, which is gonna be the light module, right?
Yes, it should be updating it to allow for the xenons. So we just changed the job from coding to FA right.
Jack is gonna start verifying, make sure all the changes are made. I'll link everything down below if you guys wanna do it yourself. You're obviously gonna have to have some knowledge of NCS Expert, have a computer to be able to do this. We tested the lights with the car off. When you turn it on, that's when sometimes it doesn't work if you don't code it. It's not gonna cause a fire or anything, but you are gonna be drawing a different amount of current. The lower resistance, the more amperage goes up, and wires get hot.
We turn this off, we let it sit for a sec. You always need to do that when you're coding. It's like if you code something and you don't turn the car off and you're like, why is it not working when it says coding ended? It's not gonna change anything until you restart it.
It has a Walbro 255 fuel pump. Do you hear it?
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
mine does. It sounds the same as mine. I forget what it's called, but we're gonna actually change it from halogen to xenon now.
Okay.
Like the option is gonna be different. And that should stop it from flickering when the car's on, because it'll put the correct amount of power to the... There's all your options, check boxes for all of them.
No. One of them is. That's what happens when you don't code it, is you start having certain issues. It starts flickering, or one of them stops working, the other one does, but it's just fail-safes. It's just fail-safes because the computer's freaking out because it's getting different readings than it's supposed to. Whole thing's going haywire. There's no way you're 18.
Wait, you're gonna be 19 this year though, right?
Yeah, September.
Validate his ass.
Damn, bro, he's a baby. So smart though.
They work. Yeah. Since we're here, let's start.
And this
Let's
is
put
the longest
2-step
job.
on it, Anti-lag. There's a couple of changes that Jack made on this car. The first thing is we got rid of the daytime running lights because I absolutely hate the way they look. Turn off the lights, Jack. So typically, if you have the car on or with the ignition on, you're gonna have the daytime running lights on. Having those daytime running lights, especially because they're amber, just doesn't look good. He also made an adjustment to the flashers. And then what else did you do in the interior?
Well, right now we're switching up the HVAC. It's gonna say low instead of the, like, when it hits the lowest amount and the highest amount, it'll say low and high instead of just reading the value.
59. Oh, it looks so much nicer. Like subtle touches, right? That just make everything better.
I know. And it's on the interior.
Even with the ignition off, you can still roll up the windows. That's really cool. It also has a jam prevention for the windows.
Try that out.
The clutch is gonna be way different than yours.
Yeah, I know. I'm adjusting a seat. I hope he doesn't get mad. Oh, why is it so high? What is that?
Chassis flex, because the convertible.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Damn, this whole car feels better. It's so smooth, though.
Yeah, like the acceleration's really smooth.
It's on coils?
Yeah.
Wow. Which one?
BC's.
These feel so much better than mine.
Pre-facelift gang.
Clutch in, foot to the floor.
That sounds so nice though, dude.
Dumping fuel. Imagine yours. This is where we're gonna be leaving off for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed watching my dad's E46, and it looks really good now. My dad had a shoulder surgery a little while ago, so he's been out of work, and that's the last thing he wanted to do before he goes back. So I told him that I'd install the headlights for him, get it all coated up with our friend Jack. The E46 chassis has been a big part of the channel, and that thing is a lot cleaner than mine. And it's a good example of what to do when building an E46. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. If you guys are new to the channel and like the videos we put out, make sure to subscribe, press the bell notification, like this video, share this video, all that good stuff. But on that note, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. See you guys in the next one.